Welcome back to Timberborn. My name is Nilaus and we are here again with more little beaver madness here in our factory? Colony. I think it's a colony. And what are we going to do today? Well, we have up here, what I'd really like to do... Ooh, injuries, yes. We built a lot of more medical base because after we get the mine rolling, then yeah. So what we want to do is we want to get the fermented mushrooms, the algae, the coffee, the bell? How's the bell not working? Okay, the bell. Okay, we need a bell working. We need some of these things as well. And not like going all in on all of it, but we want something. But we also need something to spend our wood on, and that's going to be like a new project. That is what we want. A lot of comments have been saying that there's actually a connection from the bottom of these, which I think I'm going to use. So I think I want to try to build here and see if we can get that. Now, let's talk about bid projects. So, there's something I really want to do, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. Well, I don't think it's the thing is, I don't know if it's necessary, but I think I love it. I want to take this location and this location here and sort of make a little, by little, I mean a gigantic box for bad water. And then we can also just let this and this one flow into it potentially, or at least sort of control if they're flowing into it. That will give us a lot of bad tide, because what happens now is exactly what I don't want. Because now we have a drought of 19 days, and what we don't have now is we don't have any bad water beyond this. And when we exhaust this bad water, either making it into more explosives or making it into extract, then that's it. We don't get any more. We actually want to have 2 working here, that's for sure. That's definitely necessary. And we are now also relying on extract over here to get our... to keep our breeding going. Oh, why am I keep pausing? I shouldn't be pausing. So I need to pause the other ones here. Again, I just kind of had to get a little bit out of this. Get a few last ones because it was kind of dipping here, and it is going to continue to dip when we don't have extract. So we do need, when this one's empty, it is now, then we can just change it into a giant one. Because, oh yes, we are definitely going to need a lot of extract moving forward. We should also sort of make this a little bit bigger. But what I'm saying is, I want to make a big pond, and I'm not sure that's strictly necessary, but I really love the idea. So, here we go. Basically, what I want to do is, I want to sort of get this area here. And let's get that here. And then I want to go on this line, because this line is... aligning with this here. I think that like makes sense. Yeah. And keep moving forward. And like that's pretty damn high. Like way too high actually. Yeah, I think that's way too high. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't want it this high, for sure. There. It's probably more like it, because it should be coming in lower than that one. Which means we also need to encapsulate this one, as we've done before, so that it does not actually leak things out. Like this, and then this is going to be here. And we have to make sure that this is solid. There. And then I'm going to be building it like this, and yeah. And then I want a flow valve flowing out here so we can control it. And we need to obviously make the impermeable floors there. And let's make sure that they can actually get down here. So if I want to make this and make it in a meaningful, reasonable way that won't take forever and ever and ever, then I definitely need to get stuff up here. So what I'd actually like is I want to build another one of these, and I want to build it... Here would be good, but I'd also really like to get... Maybe I want to build it like this, and then build this storage here. And this will obviously be 4 logs, and it's going to be obtained. Now that means I need to get in from the bottom of this, and we can look at our... Here. That means we need to do explosives. Well, tunnel explosives. I think it's like this. Let's see if that makes sense. This thing we're looking at here is the drainage, and then it would be Yeah. It's really difficult to figure out exactly where it's supposed to be. So it will be right out from that one, but it'll be 1, 2 out, because I want it just on the side. Yes. Okay. So I can do this one and continue, which would also be necessary because I wanted to sort of lead it onwards, but we'll also be figuring out where I need to bring it in. So that'll be, I don't know, I need to get it over here towards this one as well, so we can get more of these locations, because the biggest issue with building infrastructure is getting them running back and forth. Good. No good selected. What? Really? Oh, that one. I built something over here just to get some more coverage of this. Alright, so I actually don't want to build this one yet, because I need to push it down here into there, right? So this one needs to be going down and intersecting with the flow line down here, which actually might be problematic. It might be just below this. Huh, that's interesting. And I also want to just get a little bit more space here, so let's try and get that. That's this hollowed out a little bit more, because this should not be looking at drought. It should actually be looking at whether there's anything in here. We have a big issue now, and that is we don't have any extract. So that means blowing this one up is going to be nightmarish, because I can only blow it up one little bit at a time. Yeah, so I have to build one. But at least the good news is they are working over here. We can also see that this is going to be sort of popping out, which is not a great thing. Well, that just means that there's no reason for us to build, to use the tunnels. We can do something that's cheaper, easier, and faster by just doing these. And it even gets better than that, because let's just make a line down here. I think I want to make a line that goes down here. So I can actually build from here, because if we look at this level here, this is super tedious to build. And if I can go here and then have a walking path, then they build it a lot faster. So that's what I kind of want to aim for. So getting a little bit further. Oh, beavers unwell. Oh, I know why. I'm an idiot. I asked them to go down here to put some explosives down here. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, we have 5 beavers that are unwell. All the breeding is halted because we don't have any extract. So I've activated the other ones that don't require extract. But that means now we can have this one being sort of used. Just say, is it greater than 0? Yes. And then these ones will now target that one. Oh, this. There. Good. And then we copy settings over to the other one. So they will now be active, and then they'll at least drain whatever is there. Over here, we have now something else that's done. This one, which is going to be really nice, because now I can do here. And then I can use this line. And if we go to this level, you can see that if we make this, we can actually get all the way back, which will be a lot faster than relying on this one getting built by itself. So we also have this here, which means that I can now do that. And there. So once this stack is built, then we can build the connection. We can then use this connection to go all the way down. Oh, this might actually not be a great idea. Because what happens then is down at this level, I can no longer use this path to go all the way over. I have to do it the annoying way. Does this require extract? Yes, it requires extract. So that's why it's nothing is happening there. Cool. So even though we don't have any extract, which is kind of important for us in a lot of other things, then I want to do something here. Let's just go crazy. This pine forest isn't really very important, so I'm going to cut this out. And while they do that, I'm going to say what I've also done. This one, the labor monument was placed down here, and it couldn't actually reach the entire thing. That someone pointed out in the comment section, so thank you. So now I'm moving it up top, which also looks a lot nicer. This will take a little bit of time because we don't have a massive amount of logs, because someone has been using them extensively. I could go over here and tap this one just with a long walk over there. Like all these locations, it always seems like it's such a drag to get over there. But on the other hand, you just build it once and then you forget about it, and then eventually some beaver will go over there and then they'll come back and go like, oh yeah, by the way, I've cleared the whole thing. So I was like, oh, that's nice. Good old beavers. Let's see. I want to build that here, and I want to build this here. So now we can build the ramp. Good. And this goes over. This goes over here. And if I build one of these, will it capture all of it? Yes, it will. And then I just need to flag this as there. So eventually this will be done. I don't know when. So anyway, I am now collecting. Here, this gathering flag is getting 20 coffee beans. So let's build the coffee thing, because coffee make them run faster, which is a good thing. So the coffee brewery, brews coffee. Let's get that. And that's going to be right here. And then I am going to get a storage box, a giant coffee pot there. And then of course I need some power in here. So I am going to get the power from here. And there. So this... I'm just going to prioritize it because I want it to build faster than the other things. And this one will be flagged as coffee. Not grease, but coffee. And this one is not getting anywhere because it's not connected to power yet. But I think this should be able to be built from... Yeah, from the staircase it can be built. That'll give us some coffee, and then will also give us some more happiness. Yeah, so that's one thing we can definitely do while waiting for the drought to end. We also now have, surprisingly, this one getting made. I thought that would actually require some... yeah, I thought that would require extract, but of course it doesn't require extract until you actually need to do the explosives. So the explosives are going to be... I'm going to highly prioritize... No, I'm not going to highly prioritize it because I don't want it to be built before I actually use these ones. So when we get the extract, we want to focus on our beaver production because it's dipping. Only one is sick. Yeah. The drought finally ended, and whoa, that was that's a relief because we really need to get some bad water in here. Now I do know that there is this thing here, the bad water discharge, which I also want to do. I want to build it down here. We can easily afford it. It's expensive. This one can either close it off, making it open, or making it automated, which is really nice. So we're just gonna make it, we'll close it off first. Doesn't matter, it's gears, blocks and explosives, so it's very expensive to get. Now we should be getting, as this one is slowly filling over here, filling here, then we get the production started of bad water, which will get the production of extract, which means we can get our beaver production going again. Other things that we want to do, well, I want to build this, but I also want this area here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this off so that when bad water doesn't go in, because down here there is an aquifer and down here there's an aquifer. So I really need to extract these so I can actually get clean water if I want to. That means this one has to be closed off. This one has to go into the new reservoir. This one has to go into the new reservoir. And that means the flow should actually be from the reservoir in here and in here, but only at the rate that it can be consumed. So that means the whole thing here has to be flipped a little bit, which means we have to dig a tunnel there. Not a tunnel. Well, I could actually build. No, let's start. It's much better to do. And this one just has to be one down. So it has to be like this. And then it comes in. That's actually not the right height. Oh dear. Oh, I built it too high. Oh, disaster. I need to get the whole thing one more down. Oh, that's such a waste. Oh no, there's a disaster happening here. Somewhere down here we have something. Below this one. Okay, so what I'm looking at is somewhere. It must be right below this one. Let's see. What am I concerned about here? I have unlocked something there. Where is that? That must be right here. Where? somewhere here I have exploded something, and that must mean that I'm leaking in here. It's not below this one, because then I wouldn't be able to see it. It's not below this one. I really can't see where it is. But there's definitely a problem. Yeah. It's right here. How did that get exploded? Oh, maybe they... Oh, look at that. They went down and then they are sort of doing it cross... Oh, they're gonna get unwell now. Man, don't do that. Did I do that? And then they shouldn't be able... Oh, they still do it. Well, I guess they're just gonna be... Yeah, they're gonna need to go into the contamination chamber. We probably need another one of these, just with all the stupidity we're doing. Okay, but I get it. It doesn't leak in here. That was the one I was most worried about, was the fact that I had the water leaking into here. But it's not. It's just, yeah, bad. So we have now a bad tide approaching, which is both good and bad. It's mainly bad, by the way. Because I just realized that if I want this to be done, I have to, at this level, let it flow out. And let it flow into this. Because I am building this level here, one further down. I love these logistical nightmares here. That's part of... The game is so simple, and yet it becomes so complex because of what I want it to do. Yeah, actually, I think I would love to block this one off before, but I don't think I can. So, what's gonna happen? This will keep going this way, this will go that way, it will go here, and then it'll flow through this as normal, polluting this area, which is sad, and then going this way. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll let that pass this time around. What I would like to do is actually also just random other things in here. If we do this, then we can actually get a swimming pool, because that's something that for some reason I thought the swimming pool was just to get them wet, but it's not. It's actually also to just make them happy. So they get a swimming pool up here for whenever they feel like it. So we got the bad tide going, and as I said, at some point we'll just realize that this has been cleaned out, and well, it's already been cleaned out. Nice. 29 days. Oof, that's a long one, but we have a good supply of water here, so that's good. We have, well, now we have constant power, and we have constant... Why are you not working? Oh, it's not connected to any district. That's because the path is not going over there. There. And... shouldn't I just drag it in? There. Good. The extract is still not able to keep up, which is bad stuff, bad news. So what we're seeing now is, first of all, this one is closed off. That's nice, so it doesn't pour everywhere. We are seeing that this one, I'd love this one to be closed off, but it is not, and it's not going to. So we're just going to continue here. I will not be blocking all this one yet, because it right now the flow is this way and out. But what I want it to be is in here and that way, but not going any further. So this eventually becomes potential for clean water. I think the key to building this efficiently is to have good places where we can get tubeway stations. So I have built over here. Tubeway stations are the key to getting this working, and this hole here is all the way down. And it has to go all the way up here. And if we do look at this location, yes, we can see that it is actually reaching all the way down here. And then I can take this and... let's see. Okay, first we'll try to do this. And this one is also like really frustrating because I have to build them one at a time. I know there's a mod for this, but I don't want to use mods. So there we go. And then over here we should then build the location, and this will be for the upcoming station. This station will be feeding or being working on this area over here. Then I also need some kind of wood storage nearby so it can work, and I think that's much better to build in here, like that, and like this. Then we build the wood storage there. This one will Prioritized, obtain, and logs. That's what we want. So this thing, once that's done, once this is done, come on, slowly get in here. I really need this one to be done fast, so because now they can actually reach this location, which honestly, the funny thing is that they're almost done with this location by the time I get the automatic, get this in here. And there we go, that will be the final piece of the puzzle. And then this one also has to be built. I think I also want to speed that up because that's also, oh, this one just cleaned out this area really quickly. I wanted to make sure that here, this is taken out. And then where do I want to bridge it? I think since this will be my output, this will be sort of my overflow valve. And I'm just going to go do the throttling. That one. That will be my overflow or the output flow in case this reservoir is getting too full. Which means that this is going to be our, our limit. And that will then also go in here, which is good that we build it now because that is actually changing a little bit here. Yeah, look at this. Ooh, we're also getting more. I don't know why, but that's... I don't know what that would be. So, that means we now have the corner drawn over here. And then we have sort of the idea of how big this reservoir is going to be. It's going to be big. So one more remote location has been, or tube-way station has been set up. This is now being starting to be filled with logs, I hope. There we go, you can see. And then they come out. We should have some, well, actually we don't, because we are burning all of the logs for this. This is another big project of mine that I... What the hell went wrong? There. Fill valve, 0. Whew. I don't know why that explosion caused this one to activate. But anyway, that's fine. I want to get down here with so that I can level this terrain so it's a flat ground over here, which I think would be nice. Like this plateau probably also needs to be removed at some point. We're also working on getting this one capped. Very, very close actually. Not that it really needed, but I need to build a way down here. So we're going to do a spiral staircase in these corners here. Because I also want this thing. It bothers me that these two are not there. So the next location we want to build is also connecting it from here. I'll go this way. And then I want to connect it. Yeah, I want to connect it in here with some tunnels. But I do know that tunnels are a little bit annoying. They are... Ah, well, it's only 2 tunnels, so that shouldn't be too bad. 1, 2, and then I can make... This one go up. Let's go up, 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 up. And then that will be where we build the station, next station. Here, and next storage next to it. I'll be here. This will be obtain, it'll be haulers and that. And then from here, we are going to go out and out. Good. That is a long, long path, but yeah, I need to do this. Let's see. I think I can do this one. They should still be able to. They can go in here and build that corner here. Good. I love this way of constructing, sort of constructing from the bottom and up. And that means we are going to be building this tube-way station from the ground up, and then it's going to go up. I'm also just taking this subway here. I'm going to get it into this tile and then move it back so it intersects in this intersection, which will just be shorten it so I don't have to go all the way around to get over here. But that would require another little fence, I don't know, barricade against the water. We're surviving this, and we are also sort of getting this one down here. This is nice. This is, again, really not necessary, but I think it's kind of nice to do this. what I have to be careful about is running down here when there's a bad tide going on, because the bad tide can actually overwhelm this. I want it to be flowing here, but it can be bigger. This one is now shut off, so no problems there. Here, I don't think we're really working very fast or efficiently towards any of this, so apparently this is not particularly high priority. I am going to make something down here so that we can let this flow out into the area, so it becomes a one big area that we can control. But, well, one step at a time. So this is the end of a very long drought, 29 or bad tide, 29 months or 29 days. It was the longest we've seen so far, and we're enduring. We are pretty good situation here, and well, this big reservoir is almost out. There's 23 centimeters of water left, so but we do have a lot of water still there. So now we're just filling up again. Here we have build this line. This one is almost done. We are going up here, and it's still the wood that is lacking. This is these are drying out, which is actually crazy that they're drying out. It's, yeah, super annoying, but it is what it is. So it's because it's been a long drought. So we really want to also secure this if we can somehow at some point, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is still the big project that we have ahead of us, and it's still a lot of work. That's the end of the bad tide. This means that we are going to stop seeing something coming out here. This one, I think it is getting built. Yes, it is getting built. We can also just lock it off so that it doesn't go anywhere else. That would also be an option. But I think this is fine, because then we can close it. And when we close it, I'm actually going to be automating it. Just don't know what the condition is yet, but it'll be automated. And that means we'll stop receiving something this way. And as we do that, we're going to have to reverse the flow. This should be drying up now. That would be lovely. There we go. Thank you. And then that means we can start using this one for more. Other big projects that we want to get started on, just more of a cosmetic thing. I really want to get rid of this hill. That's just, it's kind of in the way. It blocks access from here to here. So if we can just make this connection, that would be lovely. Not super urgent, but it's nice to get a connection there. So now that we have this, I am going to start making this connection here. And we can see that it actually has to go one further down. So we're going to be cutting it here and here. And that means this area also has to be done. But I'm going to wait until this reservoir is empty. Once it's empty, then I can do the last bits. Now that we are in the normal period again, we are going to start working on the next little project, and that will be for food. So we're going to be making the 2 remaining food we're missing. That will be here. That will not be fermented soybeans, it'll be fermented mushrooms, and this one will be algae. Yes. So with those 2 done, then we'll also have to have some conditions over here. Every time we make something, we have to have a counter for it. So this is algae, because I don't want this to be working if... There we go. So this one has to be here. And the next one will be mushrooms. Mushroom there, and change it here. That is mushroom. Good. So these 2 will be the basis for letting us know if I should have these activated. So this one, alterations, will be on the resource, algae, yes. This one, mushrooms, will be mushrooms, there. So then the next thing we want is we actually want to make these locations, and I have kind of prepared it a little bit here, because yeah, well, that would be nice to have it here. I do unfortunately think I have to also delete this, which I really don't like, but we'll see. We now explode this away, and that means we can now go in and get the hydroponic farm, which is also very water intensive. This will be mushrooms, and the other one will be algae. There. Will they be automated? No. They should just be always working. Now, the next thing I want is actually want these to be up here. That one and that one. But that's a little bit tricky. How would I do this? How would I get that one up here? Well, I think I have to move you. You're not actually active anyway. So I'm going to build this. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle this around a little bit. Oh, disaster has struck. Disaster has struck. Oh, no. I didn't get why the water was not going in here and water was not coming in. So that's because here, these 3 tiles are not waterproof and therefore they are gonna lead the water in here, and then this works as a canal that just empties the water into junk. So we are gonna be in massive difficulties when it comes to the next drought or the next bad water season. So haha, let's fix that. I don't know, I can maybe just try to capture a little bit of this, but these need to absolutely get done immediately. Immediately. Go, 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 go. Oh, they can even take this one. Nice. There. Closed. That was right. So really fast. So now the water flows appropriately. We'll do. Anyway, I want a 90. It flows over here. And then it should flow in and actually get this one to start pumping. Oof, that's not going to be good. We are going to need to have all the pumping we can get over the next couple of days. Oh, this actually gets a lot worse, I just realized. Because when this one, it's a bad tide coming in 2 days. When this one comes in with a bad tide, it flows this way. And I've just decided that I want to reverse the flow to go that way. Oh, why are you not? Oh no, how are you too far? Okay, never mind. That's not of concern. Which means that I'll get a lot of bad tide coming this way. Maybe if this one is closed off, this will be able to be handled through here, but it might also overflow, and if it overflows back here. These are going to be flow limit nothing. I don't want any flow out here. So we can close this, and close this. But this one I haven't been able to close yet. And I don't think I can do it during the time we have left. Because we still have a lot of work here to be pumping. These need to be pumping as much as possible. So I think I'm going to try to see if I can get over here and close this off. It's going to be a challenge. So this, I think, is the fastest way to close it off a little bit, and then we will then make it into a line back here afterwards. So the first thing is try to do this one, the one that is colored now, this one. Once that's done, this should be possible to do without getting contaminated. So let's see if that can be done. And there. And there we have the bad tide, and we can now turn down here. Let's see how bad it was. We have 21 days. That's good. That is not that long. I have 2.1. That's something. This part here, I was also wanting to do something. That was before we started all the panic moves. And then if I do this, I can actually be able, I will be able to go over here. Good. So these can also be made. They are certainly not as important as getting this one done here. They are going forward, back and forward. They're all hungry because they haven't had time to eat, but hey, workers gotta work. And we are going to blow this up. I don't think anyone is gonna go up there. Nice. Oops, what was that? Well, who knows? It was probably not something important. There, and we are going to just clear out this there, and a few of these, and then we have actually just a nice new place here. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. This is a good little thing. We get an extra area here. Maybe we can even get some water here. Okay, so what are we doing now? This is coming through and it's flowing from here. This is our major issue, and it will start leaking this way, and I don't know what happens when it fills up this one. Bad stuff happens. Yeah, bad stuff happens. It's gonna stay in here But if or when it overflows, we really need this one to be done, which is going to take a long time. So I might actually just give them a few more extra hours of work time because, oh, look at that. Oh, they start working on the other things, which is really shouldn't. But that's because there's only so many that can work on this, the one that is at the front. And then they keep pushing forward here. When they get over here, that's going to be better because then they can actually work on multiple things at once. Work is continuing over here. They are getting a little bit splashed, I think. But it's looking actually really nice. If we look over here, it is not overflowing. I put this up to 75, and this is only it's staying at 1.5. So that's really nice that it looks like we can actually continue. Oh my god, what are you doing over there? How did you get over there? How did you get over there? Okay, but at least they can go back. Okay, so they kind of got bumped and fell off or something, or pushed over. Weird, but at least they could get back. That was nice. We succeeded to make it safe. This is now safe. And I can now turn this off. And then it is completely sealed in. But as it just happens, I actually want it to be moving out. Because, well, that's how we feed all of our power. So, and we do need it. So we averted the disaster. Water is still fine. And I think we're going to be just fine for this one. So let's start closing this one off. Because only when this is closed off can we start filling this one up. So the long bad tide was finally over. And we survived. 400. That's not a lot. And here there is 1 meter left in this one. That's great. You don't need to be here. These ones will start pumping immediately, which will drain this area. Actually, I should have been blowing this area up with explosives. I also just started working on something new here. I wanted to build like more places, build trees, which obviously isn't going to work all the time, but I'm a little bit desperate for more trees because that's really what we want. This area over here serves a specific purpose. I want to level everything in here so that it's a nice, big, flat area. I don't know why, but well, I do know why. It's because I like that. So that means that we need to explode this one. I do think that while we're in this period, ooh, 52, nice. I do think that what I want to do is I want to build here. I want to drain this, or not drain it, but just knock it down a little bit so it can go as far down as possible. That would be here. And that would be here. And then you would be something like this. And that would also have to be here, and here, and here. Good. So I want to prioritize, because if it's not prioritized, it never gets done, because I will always have other things. The big will always be first, so, or will, it's just already scheduled. So we'll do this. There we go. And we'll have one tier down here. Tier 1. And we'll cut the corners as well. Cut that corner. Cut that corner. Good. That will give us more water stored in here, which I think I want. Well, I do know I want. And I want to do it while we have like a couple of days until the next drought start. And these need to work. Why are you not working? Pump, damn you. That is ridiculously fast, this one came in. Well, what I really wanted to do for the next bad tide was actually go stop this flow. But in order to do that, I have to have this one done. Oh, actually, they are actually working on it. That's really nice. Maybe they can be done, but then I'll have issues here. Yeah, my problem is that I also need to control the output flow here. So there's just like so much I still need to do here before I can actually start using this as a flow this way. But I do know that I want to... I really want to remove this because I need to clear... Yeah, screw it. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. I know it might be really bad to do it, but let's do it. Because the reason why it's really bad is that I need to knock this one down, because this is the height here. And if I do that, then I am going to get into... knock it into my tunnel. How much water do we have here? We have 88 meters. Ooh, that's not great. Maybe I'll do this first, so that I can open this without getting anything else. So let's do that. There. Let's try this. Okay, we should be safe to detonate this. And yes, there is a problem down here. Good. Well, not good, but it was good that we took our precautions there. And then I can re-establish this now. That one. Build it across. And then build this one here. There. Cool. So with this built, then we have actually restored it and no more danger. Then I can take this out once this is restored. So now we have the bad tide started, and right now the bad tide is going out here. But I really don't want it to go out there. I'm kind of building the rest of this to make it go in here, but if I do, then I just splash it on top of everyone here, which is not great. Like, there's so many things that are just not really working great right now. And I really was hoping that this bad tide would be the last one we'd have to sort of manually figure out how to do. We could have switched over, but I guess not. I guess we're needing several more bad tides before we finally have all of it what we need. The reason I'm doing this is that I just feel that this is really important to get done. And we find, oh, we don't have this one quite yet. That was a little bit missing. So if you get this and this, then we should be able to take it 2 tiles down and then do the same thing again, just leveling this corner here. So let's explode this. There might be a little bit of spillover from this area. Nope. It was just barely not spilling over anywhere. Nice. Great. And what I then need to do is I need to get these two first so I can get a little bit further down. Build the staircase, and then I can fill up this whole area with explosives. So we have some more that can be blown up, and as we blow this up, we're probably going to be, well, getting into... This will be splashing out, but no one should be working here. Hey, look at that. They're working on just filling in the floor. This is kind of really silly, but I want to do it. There we go. And that should be filling in here, and be careful. Yeah, see? Everything is under control. Everything is under control. And there we go. It'll evaporate. Sweet. So let me continue getting this one down to the ground floor, so that this is like a safe way of getting down here. This cycle has actually been quite rough. This Badwater, because it was such a short part in between, we really didn't get much. So what we need to do, we have, we like to get this to be a bigger storage. Oh, I forgot this one. Oops. That means we're gonna have like one place that isn't... Oh, okay. Never mind. This one, and then somehow I'm gonna find my way in there. What I need to do is I need to go down here. Okay, so what I want is now I want this water to just at least momentarily just splash out here. Oh, maybe not so much splashing, because this is really the only place we have water. Oh my god, why? So so going from being in a drought, I have now flooded my fields instead. Lovely. Well, anyway, this one will go back up here until it's actually fills up again. So this will fill up pretty quickly. I can now go up here because by the time we get the next bad cycle, then this has to be fixed. So I'm gonna get this one, because then the flow will be different. And that means I'll also need to lock off this part here. Let's just lock it off here where it's short. There we go. What this means is that it just... this has to be before all the rest of it. So now this one will be just drying up. I will be getting here. I have put a valve here so that that closes, and then I will control this valve later on when it needs to splash in, and then I need to make sure that they can't walk past this area. Then we need to explode this and just close the last bit of the hole in the dam. Now this area is ready to explode. Let's fire it all up at once, and here, boom. Love this part. Brilliant. So now we are actually ready to get this out here. I'm going to flag this. Oh, there. So what I want to make sure now, I actually want to close this off, which is kind of annoying to do, but it's also a super waste of wood. But I'm going to do it. And the reason why I'm going to do it is because then as soon as this one is done, I can start flooding these here. I am going to need to get some height measurement sticks, but the measurement sticks can be anywhere because, yeah, anywhere is good. So, except this part. Except there. So, and it should be next to this, and it shouldn't be next to this because then it'll sort of be splashing. Actually, I don't really like this one. I think... Okay, you've done the next part. Okay, this one needs to be closed off entirely, so that means here, and it means here. And that also needs to be prioritized. So once this is done, I can now be closing this off for good. And, well, I need some height measurement things. And as I said, not the case. We'll put it over here. Oh, and a drought approaching. We're at 1.6 water. That is not great. And so the drought starts, and we are actually not getting any more here. We're not getting any bad water. That's fine. This one will now... We're going to start preparing all of this. This will go up to not unlimited, but 2. 2 is the flow that we want. And what I want then is we want to complete this part. As soon as this one is completed, then we can start. It's a 19-day drought. That's fine. Our water is kind of okay. It's not great, but it's something. It doesn't really matter to me that some of the bad water flows out. Yeah, sure. That... What? Oh, right, it's coming from the side. Because we have blocked this one off, so there's no bad water coming out anywhere. Nice. As soon as this is done now. So that means we can now take... we can now start automation. So I have done here. And I said, I want to go up to 550. So this depth sensor should be called... Big Bad Water. I have the small one down here, which is just an overflow. And then I will say... You automate, hook up to that one. You here automate, hook up to that one. And I will also, I've enabled these over here so they will always flow. This one is free flow, but I will also lock it to here. Then I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Automate here. Off and on is unlimited. Yes. So what I'm now saying is that, is this going? Closed. When it is less than. Now it's on. Whoops. There was a little bit hiding in here, so that splashed out. This one is pumping. Oh, this one's pumping. And of course it will fall out, but that's fine. That is to be expected up here. Beaver Made Wilderness. Plant 10,000 trees during a single playthrough. I just got that achievement. So we just hope they don't have a reason to go down here anymore because, we don't want them to go down here. So this is filling up. Now that is filling up. They shouldn't have any reason, except that they want to cut corners to sort of make it shorter. I don't think I want to have them do that. So I'm going to do this so that there's no chance that they will accidentally end up going down here. We'll actually remove all of this. Please don't delete the stuff that I don't want to delete. I don't want roads down here because that implies that they would run around and do stuff down here. Yeah, so we remove the roads. And this one's a little bit more tricky to remove roads. Yes, looks good. Good. So now this is actually being blocked off and we're starting to see a filling here. We're seeing that there's a measurement. Good. What is happening over on this side? It's flowing in. This one will now be open. I will... This is... Finally, we're tracing all of the stuff here that we are being so eager to work on. And this will now be, it'll just be, I guess it'll just be open, right? It should just be open. Yeah, I think so. There is a slight chance that it will overflow, but then I remove the flow here. Or I could set a measurement that if this one gets above a certain threshold, then it blocks this one off, so if they can't consume it or if they can't flow out fast enough. But if there's 2 flow here, then that should be matching the flow of 2 barriers here. So I think that should be fine. And we finally have this nice juicy dam full of lovely, I guess, coke, maybe? Yeah. We can see that the water is flowing here. I put an impermeable barrier so that if it overflows for whatever reason, then it's not gonna go out here. But there's also something called an irrigation barrier. And if we build that, let's actually build it from here and backwards. Oh, I can't build it on that one. Huh, really? So I have to build it on the ground. That's interesting. I don't know how that works then. I'll try doing this. That's odd. I don't think I need it over here. Let's not do that one. That seems expensive. But let's try building it over here and see if that will prevent the poison from coming in here. It should do that. Yeah, we can see that already it's the contamination is retracting. I wonder if this one is even necessary. It might not be. Yeah. So this is a pretty nice way of just pushing back so we can actually reclaim this. This is actually necessary. Okay. Well, I think that's a good setup. We can also see the flow here now. They're not generating as... Oh, they are generating a lot of power. 800. Ooh, that's more than what they're normalized to. And... what is this? These double platforms, what are they doing? Who built that? Oh, right, I dragged it in there. No, that was silly. There, and let me pick up this spot from the outside. Good. And we have a nice storage here. This one is now up to 177, so it is filling up faster than it can go out here. But the flow rate, does it say what the flow rate is here? No, it just says that there is a flow rate and it's limited to 2. But it could also be, yeah, it could be. Maybe it's not even 2, but I think it works. And this will fill up all the way to 5.5 meters, and then it'll get stuck there. And that means we will always have tons and tons of bad water available for our power generation. And the other one is not working, but as long as we have 1 power generation, we should have enough power, right? Yes, easily enough power. Great. So thank you very much for watching. This was a very long episode, at least recording wise. So I hope you have enjoyed it. And there might be a little bit of question of, is this strictly necessary? I don't think I can safely say that it's probably not necessary, but I like building these mega projects. And next time we are going to definitely need more real good water, because that is definitely the problem. You can see already now with 10 days left, we're already a little bit low on water. We can always get more by getting it in from the big reservoir, but I would like this to be sort of less of a concern for the very long droughts and bad water sites, and also make sure that they can sort of always have flow here in the little canal. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.